Hello YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Usually when you see the generic piece of cardboard on the table here, or in this case on top of a keyboard, you know it's a periodical pickup time, and this one I think is a little bit special, has some elements of Halloween involved in this, but nonetheless, okay. A couple of pickups I got here very recently, and the first item I got here is actually a game, as you can already tell. It is Loco Roco 2. Now I'm planning to get part 1 as well. I did have fun playing the first game a little bit, at least the demo aspect, and I enjoy the atmosphere and all the elements in between that. It's a good game. Part 2 I have not really touched, but price I paid, I guess it would be definitely worth trying out or playing, because the PSP is slowly pushing itself out the door. But okay, next bunch of items I got here is actually comic books, and the first comic book I'm going to show you, and this is from a comic, I think it's a reissue or reprints, I'm not sure, but they're pretty good shape, even if they are or not. That of course is War Heroes Classics. Again, I have never heard of this company or this comic book, so I thought I'd give it a shot of down and read it through once. All the comic books have a vintage look and feel to them, at least, even if they are a reprint, and they're black and white. You know, they have that classic, look to them. The whole Zanny Antics crap. I mean, again, it's a thick little book, so, it's worth the read. Sorry, this tripod is not being friendly with me right now, but, anywho. Next item I got here is actually a sampler, which I have no clue why on earth they decided to add this in with the book. I guess for a filler, I don't know. Touch my nipples. And of course that is a Recollections sample book, which has a bunch of mini scenes and sections from the, I guess, the Recollections line of ones they publish. But again, I don't really recognize the company too well at all. I think they're a third-party company I never heard of. Probably insulting a few people, but again, I do apologize. I just never recognized or know of the company, so that's why I was trying to give it a chance by purchasing at least this 5-pack of comic books I found. Next comic book here is an issue of Black Cat number 6. And again, this has a color cover to it, and it's going to be black and white again. And it has a lot of old school elements to it, actually. It has a lot of vintage, dialogue and all that. The font's really big, like comic bubbles. I mean, there's color right there, as you can see. At least one page of it, or 2 pages, excuse me, are covered in color. Other page is covered in color. We're scoring left and right here. Another page covered with color. I guess these are somewhat more mature comics, I'm assuming. I do not know. I never actually read these comics, so again, it'd be worth a read. Next one here is The Man in Black. I have no clue. I never heard of these names. So, I mean, again, you have these very old school, vintage looking characters in here, which is, again, I kind of dig the style, at least. There's like a ghost chick in there, looks like a vampire. And, yeah, I mean, most of these comic books look kind of cool. Came in a sealed pack, which, again, most of them are pre-sorted, so you knew that they knew what the heck they were putting in the random packs. And this is the main one that actually attracted me, and that was the Silver Scream. Very tacky. But again, I always really wanted to own a horror comic book, and wanted to start off at least with this. And it says for mature readers only, which it's probably going to have some gore in there. Oh yeah, it does. Peeking in there a little bit. It does. I'm not reading any of the dialogue, so it ain't going to ruin nothing for me. But it looks like something I'm going to have a lot of fun reading, because I like reading comic books like this. I mean, look at that. That screams vintage. I think at the moment online this goes for like $1.65, and I'm not selling this, mind you. But I was just curious what happens if how much I would have paid if I just bought this comic book solely. I also wanted to see if I can get the other issues as well, if I do enjoy reading it. And so far, I mean, I was just skimming through the first page, and I thought it was okay. And yeah, I mean, it's my first, at least, recollection of comic books. I mean, I'm not going to do it every single week or anything like that. I'm just, you know, I saw this is the first, you know, obviously the first comic book you see in the entire lot. I got interested instantly. Looked pretty wild and gory. You see the lady there dead in the background, this werewolf-looking dude. It looks kind of like me, actually. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people call me a monster, but, you know. Anyway, guys, that's enough video goodness for now. Got 5 comic books. Well, actually 4 comic books. The other one was a sampler, so it doesn't really count. And I got a game, so not too bad. I'm planning to do a couple extra purchases during the weekend, so, you know, I might keep you up to date when I get those in, or if I decide to go to a store or something like that. I don't know, maybe, perhaps. Touch my nipples. So, as always, take it easy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, man.